We're back.
We are back.
And we're
I'm
back. You're back.
I'm back.
Yeah, people don't know
Yeah.
that this is being recorded. They don't know you left.
Well, they will know when they watch all 5.
They'll know when I put up
If
Ashley's
you watch-
episode next
do you-
week
do
where
you-
I say we're recording this before episode 5.
Yeah. 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 Do you expect people to not watch these in chronological order?
I expect these people to watch it in chronological order. So Ashley's episode 6, this is episode 5.
Oh. She's not 4?
No, we already did 4.
Oh,
We did 4 already. Me and you.
Listen, I'm lost.
That's it. You're just already in the rock and roll lifestyle
Yeah.
where you're like, I don't know what's going on. You're already.
I'm so dazed and confused, man. Almost famous. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep doing other rock and roll movies where people get high.
Yeah, you're already Matthew Perry seasons 2 through 5.
That's it.
That's what you are right now. You're like, I already saw the success. 1 season in, and we're blacking out for 3 years.
It would be great if Matthew Perry corrected himself and he's like, what I meant to say was that my role was so repetitive as Chandler that I completely forgot 3 seasons in the show.
It wasn't that the pills are strong; it's that this writing sucks. This is awful writing.
Yeah, he's like, listen, the minute that I got an ounce of character development, I was lucid again.
It's Janice every time, writers. It's Janice every time. Oh, you just put a duck in my apartment and we think that's enough?
Could it be any more predictable?
They're at the table read, and Ross gets divorced again.
Yeah, okay, all right. I'm noticing a pattern here.
That's how they came up with it. Could it be?
Yeah, could it be?
It's Matthew Perry being barred out in the writer's room. And they're like, wait, say that again?
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't even remember.
I think we're onto something. Here's some more Xanax. All right, so what are we watching? What is this?
Where'd you go? Harrisburg.
Poconos.
Poconos! East Stroudsburg?
Yes. Wow.
My sister went to college there.
At East Stroudsburg.
At East Stroudsburg, they have a Sonic, and across the street they have a Red Lobster.
That's culture, baby.
Yep.
That's small town culture.
Yeah, that's it. That's
people were coming from at least a couple miles away to go to that Red Lobster. They were like, we're going to East Stroudsburg for the Red Lobster. For sure.
Wait, this town's got it going on. People are paying their taxes in this town.
And a Sonic? Honey, get the kids.
Even though I did go there for my sister graduated college and we went for a hibachi dinner and the chef was white. So I do have a few problems.
Oh, it was the funniest thing. So we got like a condo thing in like what would be the ski mountain resort neighborhood. Yes. Like a neighborhood. And it was like right next door to the slopes. But the funniest thing was like every time we left the neighborhood, we saw, and I swear to God, I'm not kidding, 7 billboards in a row promoting the same hibachi restaurant.
It's because it's the only one.
It is the funniest thing because it was like a sake or something. And every 20 feet there was another billboard going, hey, just FYI, a sake coming up. Hey, 30 feet, sake, take a left. Here we go. Well, last chance. Get this aside. And it's always the stock photo of the chef cooking it up.
Just an Asian. You don't even know if he works there. It's just an Asian guy in a hibachi outfit.
It was definitely just stock. And it looked like it was stock photos from the 90s. So it was like everybody, right. Everybody just had like Nirvana t-shirts on. That's my best gauge of the 90s. And it was this image that they used a bunch of times, but he was flipping the shrimp into the woman's mouth.
Yes.
You know? But the image was a giant full piece of shrimp.
Yeah.
With the tail on, and the woman's mouth was like as if she's going to catch this searing hot piece of full shrimp that he just lobbed across a room. I would kill to see a video of like a woman trying to catch a whole shrimp. It's just a piece.
Well, because it's owned by some blue-collar, retired Pennsylvania guy who's like, these people work all week, and they come to this restaurant. I want you to flip a full shrimp into their mouth.
Full shrimp. 2 if you can. Hey, I don't care if you tie them together. Tie them up and then flip get as many shrimps in their mouth at once as you can.
Hibachi people are a specific type of trash. It is very unique. It's very similar to cruise people. Basically, hibachi people are just cruise people on land. That's all they are.
Yeah.
That's all this is. They're people that are like, yeah, make a volcano of onions. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. It's the same. It's the same people who go to Applebee's, but they're just a little bit nicer dressed and want to participate in the meal. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. They're like 1 degree. They put on their church outfits to go to hibachi.
Yes,
and then they want to participate in the meal as much as humanly possible. Yeah. They're the second that they come out, the trash people go, "You gonna do the volcano? You gonna do the onion volcano?" And he's like, "Yes, of course I'm gonna do the onion volcano." Yeah. What do you think this is?
Right. They're flipping a shrimp into your mouth like you're a dog. Oh, I do that with my dog.
Oh, we're out of onion and oil. I can't do it. I can't do the volcano today. I don't. Yeah. So we didn't go to the hibachi place.
Okay, you didn't go.
We didn't go.
But good area.
Good area. Beautiful weather. We did a hike.
Yes.
We did a hike.
I assumed you were on shrooms for that.
No, but my friend, I told my friend that he's apparently he's the smart one of my friends.
Okay.
He will read books and things. You know what I mean? Like
that. Yeah, that's a Pennsylvania smart kid.
That's a Pennsylvania smart kid.
Yeah, this guy fucking reads.
And that's he's one of the only friends that I have. Well, I'll talk to him. He's like, I'm reading another book. I'm like, another one?
He doesn't tell you that it's Mein Kampf.
Yeah.
Like, I'm reading another book.
Yeah, he's like, I don't get into the subject matter. It's his business. But he's like, I'm working on a new book. And I'm just like, oh, Jesus, from the last 3 months, you got another? Jesus Christ. But it's
Cat in the Hat.
Yeah.
He's just going through Dr. Seuss. He's like,
I see him with a pamphlet, and I'm like, oh, take it easy. Jesus.
He's just like, let me tell you, book better than the movie. Let me tell you. Book better than the movie.
Yeah. They added so much filler into the movie. You know, it's like, it could have just been 15 minutes, okay? Sitting there reading it to me. Okay. What was I going to say? He's my smart friend. Why did I bring that up? Hiking.
You were hiking, not on shrooms.
He read a book about doing shrooms. And now he's like, the last time I talked to him, he's like, yeah, maybe I'd do shrooms. And then over the weekend, he's like, I wish you had brought acid or something because I would have taken it. And this is my friend who
he doesn't do drugs.
Okay. Doesn't smoke weed. And I was just like, oh, okay. Well, this is, I should get you books on like drinking consistent alcohol, drinking alcohol more consistently, or like, a book on mixers, the next time we hang out, maybe you'll drink more. But he was like the straight edge friend growing up. So,
and what does he do now?
He's a business consultant for IBM. So
that's
how
you do it.
Boy, does that pay off.
Boy, do those two things work out together. Success and not doing anything fun.
And you know what? The crazy thing is, he knows Paul Rand personally.
No, he doesn't.
No. Of course he doesn't. Paul Rand has been dead for years.
Well, the way you talk about him, he's like this ancient prophet that's never dead.
He's actually the prophecy foretold that the return of Paul Rand
would be when he takes acid on a hike.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. People for IBM taking acid to try to communicate with the ghost of Paul Rand.
And you took your dog Patrick, I believe.
We took our dog Patty Boom Balatti. He came along and was like the king of hikes. He was the king, like our fear was like he was just going to run around, just be a fucking idiot.
Right.
And he was just like, leading the trail like he was a tour guide or nature guide.
Right.
In Florida, where we got him. Easily.
You got him in Florida?
Well, we didn't get him in Florida. He survived a hurricane.
Okay.
A tropical storm. His
family. Let's not have to call the Uber driver on the difference between those two.
His family decided to duct tape the X on their windows,
and they're all dead.
And they're all dead. Yeah, guillotines. Fucking glass guillotines. Call back. Get the bar.
Call back.
Boop 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 boop. Okay. So yeah, he was good on the hike. And then it was a lot of drinking. Mostly from me and Shar. They're both couples, not big drinkers. I know.
So why'd you go?
For the hikes.
Nope.
To see, yeah. I mean, arguably, obviously, all I've seen is Brooklyn for the last 130 days. So it was
So
nice.
you could see a tree.
Yeah. But, I saw a tree. And I was like, all right, you want to see more? You want to do a mile of trees?
You wanted to be close to trees, but also near a Wawa. You wanted to be right by. You wanted a good roast beef hoagie. I said hoagie.
That's right.
Go with your culture.
Worse, yeah. I need to be within arm's reach of a hot and ready sandwiches.
Yes.
That have been ready for 6 hours before I got there.
I fucking love Wawa. When I was working at Sloan Kettering, I went with my boss to give a speech in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. I was like, there's no way there's a Wawa in the city.
No, not a Wawa. This is in Pennsylvania. We're on the way there. I'm like, we got to stop at Wawa. It's the best place in the world. Fantastic sandwiches. Anything you think could be there, it's there. And I hyped it up so much that my British boss was like, well, we must visit the Wawa.
You are terrible at accents. That's. I would say that's close.
We must visit the Wawa.
No. That's just you going up an octave.
No, you don't talk to British people. When was the last time you talked to a Brit?
That sounded closer to Christoph Waltz than your original Christoph Waltz.
No, because I didn't lick my lips.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
We must go to the Wawa.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a very good Christoph Waltz.
That was pretty good. And it's the same impression.
But basically, I brought him there, and he's like, this is a fucking gas station that makes sandwiches. I was like, oh, yeah, this isn't a good place.
Yeah, I'm going to be totally honest with you. Everything that you just described about Wawa is the exact opposite of how I feel about Wawa.
I fucking love it.
I think that it is the most, it's just gross. Like, it's more gross to me than almost every sort of food delivery, fast food service thing that I could get. Because it's like, you just shoved a sandwich facet into the gas station. It's like
that's exactly what they did.
They didn't really change anything about the structure of it. They didn't make it more palatable for it. They just put a microwave in a back room and gave them lunch meats, and they were like, and here's some ciabatta. And they were like, great, now we're doing sandwiches.
Yeah.
That's the worst. Ugh. It's so gross. But I will say, have you ever had Sheets? Pennsylvania Sheets?
I haven't had Sheets, so I do. I've been told. I haven't gone to Sheets.
I don't know what kind of microwave they have at Sheets, but that is marvelous.
This is how any business could get my money. Any business at all. Okay. You take one of those sandwich heaters, where you place the bread and it goes through the conveyor belt and it toasts the bread.
A toaster?
Yeah, a conveyor. But it has to have the conveyor belt.
The whole machine.
Right, it has to start at one end, toast, and then come out the other end toasted.
Yeah.
If you have that, you will get all of my money. And you can make sandwiches or not make sandwiches. Yeah. And I'm still going to give you all of my money.
I'm picturing a place that just, they do the bread, it comes out, and then they just put open pixie sticks up and pour them on the bread, and you're just like, here's all my money.
Put it through the toaster, please. That's what I would say. I'd say put it through the toaster.
Do you want this pixie stick sandwich toasted or untoasted? I think you know the answer.
I see you have the toaster in the back, sir. I see you have the toaster. When I was in middle school, we would ride our bikes to Quiznos every day on Jericho Turnpike. And
sure, I know that.
I was a huge Quizno guy, still am. But I was so fat, and the guy would make fun of me every time I went in there. But I just was like, it's fine, because you have, he was the best toaster.
He personally,
it was this bit. He had to be 30 also. And he made fun of me.
Nothing's funnier than a 30-year-old working at Quiznos
making fun of a fat 12-year-old.
Of any other human being.
But the thing is, we were both right in that situation. He had every right to make fun of me, and I had every right to be like, shut your fucking mouth.
And toast my fucking bread.
Toast my foot-long sandwich.
What is...
You classless fuck. I'd be like, can I have double chicken, please? You'd be like, yeah, you want double chicken. I'd be like, what?
It sounds like
what did you say?
It sounds like it's one of the few times in your childhood where you were seen as an equal.
Right. Fat 12-year-olds are equal to unsuccessful 30-year-olds.
Yeah, Quiznos.
We both operate in the same wavelength.
30-year-old Quiznos employee.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So what did he do that was special about toasting it? Did he just hold his hand
fucking knew. He just knew. I don't know what he did with the cheese, or he had a good amount of chipotle mayo on the sandwich, but he knew exactly what he was doing. Would it be because he worked at Quiznos for 12 years? Most likely.
Yes.
Most likely.
I would put my money on that. I'd put my money that that's what
But
happened.
you know what? I reserved any right to insult him because I was like, this guy fucking gets it, man.
Yeah. It sounds like he was your hero growing up.
Yeah. We also did a hot pepper eating challenge. We did a couple times, and he encouraged us. And I thought it was because he thought I could eat the most hot peppers, but it's really because he just wanted to see a fat 12-year-old sweat a lot. Yeah. That's really why. It's like when you get older and you look back, you're like, that's why he wanted it to happen.
He didn't believe in me.
I was like, he didn't come to any of my football games, but yet he was always at the hot pepper eating contest.
That's such a great perspective on like the Karate Kid. It's like Mr. Miyagi only wanted to see a 12-year-old get beat up.
Right. He just wanted his chores to be done.
He just wanted, yeah, and he wanted to see children fist fight each other.
Yeah. No one's 50 years old teaching karate, not wanting to see 9-year-olds beat the fuck out of each other. That's why you do it.
Yeah, the main character, Karate Kid, grows up and he just looks back and he's like, I think he just wanted to see me beat the shit out of some kids. I don't think he cared about my self-growth at all or me gaining confidence at all. I think he just wanted me to clean his house and beat up some kids.
Yeah, now that I think of it, he did tell me to close my eyes and tell me if I felt anything.
No.
And I do remember feeling something, but by the time I opened my eyes, his hands were in back of him.
Oh. What do you want me to do with that?
I want you to agree with me that Mr. Miyagi, if it wasn't Ralph Macchio he was touching, it was someone else.
Oh, God. No.
Yeah.
All right. I got a wicked sunburn. I was outside too long on my shoulders. It itches. I'm itching, so moving around.
That'll happen.
Yeah. I'm trying to it was just like, fucking just hiked, ate some good food.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it. Yeah. It's just
fucking simple living. Pennsylvania living.
Yeah, it's just nice fucking not being in the city for a minute, But then, and now that I'm back, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that was enough time. It was 72 hours. It was good. 72 hours, gone, back. Patrick wasn't barking as much. Fucking great.
Awesome.
And then as soon as we got back, he's been barking nonstop.
Yeah.
Fucking gonna kill him. No, not gonna kill him, Sarah McLachlan, so don't you dare.
I mean, he's 9, so even if you did.
Or he's 4. Or yeah.
You don't really know.
Yeah. My dog is either 10 and a half, or he's 2.5, or he could be 6.
Did they tell you that?
The vet, I swear to God, the vet was like, took a look at him and was like, no idea. No gauge. He's like, his teeth suggest he's like 9.5. His face, maybe 4, because he's like kind of white in the face, and like Chihuahuas get white in the face. And then he's like, I don't know. He's got the demeanor of a puppy. So he's like, huh?
Oh.
Yeah. And we're like, all right, well, he's a mutt. So he's like, yeah, I guess just enjoy the time that you have.
Did you say, okay, can you take like a knife and cut his leg in half?
Yeah.
And then we'll just count the rings?
We'll count the rings.
And then the vet was like, that's for trees.
Yeah.
And you're like, yes.
Yeah.
Is it also...
Yeah. Well,
I don't for dogs.
Well, I don't see you coming up with any other ideas. So
you're over there. It's either between 10 and a half and 2. I say we cut him in half.
Yeah, exactly. The vet's just like, he's alive, and I'm like, well, that's not what I asked you.
Right.
So.
And then the vet goes, also, I'm not a vet.
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome to Wawa. Yeah, what else would you like?
Yeah, what would you like? Would you like Chipotle mayo on that or mayo? Why are you asking me? Use the touch screen. Everybody knows that's what you use at a Wawa.
Right.
Stop talking to me.
Who would think the most technological advanced place is Wawa?
I honestly feel like technology-wise, the touch screen in fast food places is like such a regress. It's so stupid.
Really?
I hate it so much.
I love it.
Let me yell my order at another human being's face and let them acknowledge and put it in. I don't care if it ends up being wrong. It's just there's something about just like trusting that a computer is going to get my information 10 feet to the person in the back who's going to make it is just so stupid. I'm just like, just let me yell at the person. I'm not saying at the person making it like a dick. I'm just saying that human interaction is like Why was that the issue?
Let me tell you why.
Yeah.
It's because it's very much like voting. It's about secrecy.
Oh, so
it's all about like anonymous.
Has anybody felt shame ordering their meal at a fast food place?
Yes, my hands up.
Every time?
Yeah, because what
do you get?
Because I can't go up to a person and say, hello, yes, okay, I will take a Big Mac meal.
Yeah.
Thank you. I will take 2 double cheeseburgers as well as 3 McChickens. And can I have an additional large fry with that?
Listen, I'm judging you.
Right.
I'm judging you right now.
I say that to people,
right.
and then they look back at me like, what? But I hit it on a screen, and the screen. You know what the screen says? Thank you for your order.
Yeah. Listen,
Thank you for your order.
Listen, I'm going to be honest. You were halfway through that order, and I was going to put an iPad in between us.
Right.
you could just be like,
I've ordered 2 Filet-O-Fishes at once before. I can't say that to someone. I can't say that to you.
I personally believe that the Filet-O-Fish should be illegal.
No, it's fantastic.
I do not. I know it's a hacky take, but the idea of just fish fried sandwich anywhere you want in the country is so like
no.
Not that the other standards are better.
Right.
Not
all
that
the
it's
food
better.
is fake. All the food there isn't from animals.
Yeah.
So just give me the I just like the tartar sauce. Can you put tartar sauce on a burger? I can't say that to someone, can I, Taylor?
Could this have any more tartar sauce?
That's Chandler being on heroin in Pennsylvania. Can I be any more tweaked out?
He's looking around waiting for somebody to yell cut, not realizing that he's just in a parking lot at 3 a.m. Was it? I feel like I've looked up that story like 3 times, and it's always just like it's just pills. It's like quote unquote pills. Like he doesn't go into details about like the drugs that he was on.
It just says pills.
Fascinating. I haven't heard any. I guess rock stars, but I can't think of anybody who's like a lot of people who go, I blanked on like 3 years of my life. Unless they were like non-functioning drug addicts. But he was like...
I don't know if you watch seasons 2 through 5. I don't know how functioning he was.
I feel like I watch it all the time, and I will actively watch the show and look for him on drugs.
Oh, yeah, now that you know.
But I don't know.
It's very obvious.
I've never noticed. Noticed.
Yeah, you could tell.
I've never... I will... Every time I clock it, I look at him and I go, is it like his demeanor's off? Is he... Because it's always sort of consistent. I don't know. I really don't know. Is there like a good episode?
I just could see it because he's like his eyes are just like glazed over.
Oh, he's just not there.
He's just not there.
But I feel like oh, okay. All right, now we're just getting into the psychology of this character. Because I was about to be like, oh, well, I feel like that's like how he's written as a character. It's like he's always kind of mentally checked out of the situation.
That's what I thought people thought live, and then it came out he didn't remember filming any of these episodes, and they go, and it all comes together.
Everybody's at home just like, what an interesting character choice. Yeah.
Right. Really complex. Wow, he really got into the character and did drugs for 3 years.
That he's just staring off blankly in the background for 3 scenes in a row.
Does a sober person get a duck in their apartment? Does a sober person do that? No, a guy who's on pills for 3 years puts a fucking a duck. And what was it? What else was it?
And duck and a chicken.
A duck and a chicken.
And
you know who does that? People in the Bronx in the housing projects have a ducks and chickens in their apartment.
What about Ross Geller having a monkey? Is that just ecstasy?
Yeah, and what happened with him? Rage issues.
Yeah. We know a lot about this show.
This is now a Friends podcast.
Yeah, Friends podcast. Friends, graphic design. And what else? That's it.
That's it right now.
And friendship. There you go.
And friendship.
Boom.
Fuck
Boom.
you.
Yeah. Take it. Okay. How was your week?
Yeah.
How was your weekend?
Yeah, I didn't really do much.
You didn't do much?
No.
All right. Oh. Campbell's soup with hot sauce.
Yes. So, Taylor, you told me about this. And first off, you describe to me what happened.
Okay. So, I'm at home 2 weeks ago, and I want some lunch. And so I make some soup, some chicken noodle soup. And the soup is a little bland. So I put some sriracha into the soup. And instantly, I realized that it tastes the exact same as every bowl of pho I've ever had in my life. Leading me to the conclusion or the theory that Campbell's soup with sriracha is pho. I'm not saying that Vietnamese restaurants are taking Campbell's soup and putting sriracha in it.
Yes.
And that's pho. They have their own special ingredients. All that I'm saying is I thought it was a much more mystified process to create this special soup.
Yes.
And it turns out that that's not really the case.
All right. Now, before I give my rebuttal,
yes,
I'm going to cross my legs.
Oh, I thought you were going to
this.
Stand up. I thought you're... Oh, I don't like where this is going.
So first, I just like to say that I don't approve of Taylor appropriating Vietnamese culture. I don't approve of that. And when he texted me that, I considered deleting his number, but I didn't because I want to correct him.
Why are you doing this to me?
Taylor, this is my turn to talk. Yeah. Thank you. And what I don't like also is that you did it in Campbell's chicken noodle soup. Do I have that correct?
Well, technically, it was Annie's organic. You know?
Yeah. That's a very white soup, Taylor. That's a very white person soup. And wow, you really appropriated the culture of the Vietnamese and as well as the Thai because they created sriracha. So thank you for that. And unfortunately, Taylor, yes, I looked it up.
You had this planned.
Yeah. And unfortunately, this isn't the first time Taylor has appropriated culture and included me in it. Taylor has brought me to a place called Taco Mahal, which is a place that serves Indian food through Mexican dishes. And Taylor has invited me to a place like this, and I have declined. And rather, I excused myself from the conversation, and I called his employer immediately, demanding his resignation. That's what I did, because I will not stand for straight white men appropriating culture.
My career is over!
So I would just like to say, cancel Taylor. And how dare you? And how dare you do things like this? You're sick. You should have went with Campbell's chicken noodle soup because that's made famous by Andy Warhol, who, even though he is a white man, he is a gay white man, so he's only 2/3 toxic. So you actually went with a worse option, and I'm sorry to tell you.
I don't like where this has gone. I'm getting all hot and sweaty. I'm getting is the heat on in here? All I wanted to talk about was my theory, about soups and
Of course that's all it is chicken noodle soup.
Well,
and sriracha.
I really thought that there were spices I wasn't aware of that went into it, but I swear to you, the minute that a droplet of sriracha went into that soup, I was like, "Oh, this is pho. This is 100% pho."
This is how
I don't understand. Like, what have I been paying for?
Because this is how
I guess it's the brisket. The brisket's pretty good.
The brisket's pretty good.
The brisket's very good.
How Asian restaurants view white people is just make whatever and they'll eat it. Just have an Asian person give it to them and they'll think it's authentic. And guess what?
Or
they're doing it.
Or like a white dude with long hair. Something about that is also
no.
I feel like that
not
happens.
for me at least.
Really? I feel like that place that we always went to had that guy. Did you have a problem with that guy?
Well, he always worked the door. Very rarely did he give us the food.
You mean like a host or like a bouncer?
We went to a pretty cool fucking Thai spot, me and Taylor.
He
also always had a cast on his arm. Was his arm always broken? What the fuck was this guy going through?
Yeah.
Usually had the small, most likely gay server.
He found out the secret of pho, and they broke his arm.
That's right. He walked into the kitchen one day. He's like, "Is this fucking Campbell's?"
They're dumping Campbell's and just squeezing, making the fart sounds of the last bit of sriracha, and he's like, I've seen too much. And then they just broke his arm.
But he had short-term memory problems, so he'd walk in every day and go, "Are you using Campbell's?" But also, the restaurant didn't believe in mental health issues, so they were like, "This motherfucker!" and just kept breaking his arm over and over again.
What a horrible way of probably he just fell over. He probably fell off a city bike.
Yeah, but that's not fun. That's not fun.
Oh, I truly was like, I had built up. It's something about. I guess it's just soups from restaurants in general. It's not really Asian restaurants. It's just soups in general. I've just built them up to be like they're doing something special that I can't do at home. That's it. Like when I order any kind of soup, my takeaway is always there's a reason why I can't do this at home, and it's because special ingredient X, Y, Z.
Right. You think they're doing more than they actually are, but they're not. They're doing nothing to these things.
Yeah. Miso soup. I feel like
it's just tofu and hot water.
Hot water and then some actual like miso stuff that they just like to
That's
make it
about it. That they bought from fucking Restaurant Depot.
Yeah.
That's it. But it's Asian people taking advantage of white people. And let me tell you, tip of the cap.
Well, yeah. Oh, absolutely. When you're right, you're right. I mean,
listen, you nailed it.
You absolutely nailed it because you essentially took Campbell's soup, you added some brisket into it, and then you gave us sriracha. It's really just a vehicle for sriracha. I feel like that's 100%, because there are some people who will go, oh, I don't know what sriracha is. I'm at a Vietnamese restaurant. I'm going to put this into my thing. And then they go, I'm going to buy 3 bottles of this because I love it so much.
Yes. That's exactly.
So many people have walked away been like, I wasn't sure about sriracha. I love it. I'm going to get it.
Right. All they did, they're like, let's put this Campbell's chicken noodle soup on the table. And then the other owners were like, no, they're going to catch on. They're not, white people aren't stupid. And they're like, you're going to put the soup on the, but when you do that, put some bean sprouts on it too.
Yeah. I'm picturing.
Like, do you put the bean sprouts in it? And they're like, no one no one does this.
Throw it at their face.
Right.
As soon as you get there, throw bean sprouts
and put some jalapenos. They're like, that's not even native to Vietnam. And they're like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. What else you got back here? Cilantro? Yeah. Fucking put that
put
in.
It on.
Put more cilantro in it than you do broth. Okay. I want more. I want them to have to navigate through to get not sriracha in.
I want this to taste like a soap tray.
Yeah, exactly.
Put it in the fucking soup.
Yeah,
you idiots.
Mushroom? Stop asking me. Put it in. Yeah. And I'm picturing it's the didn't there used to be an old man on the Campbell's? Or no, I'm thinking of Chef Boyardee.
I thought Quakers.
Yeah. Well, now it's a combination of those two. I'm just going to go with Chef Boyardee. Shows up with a briefcase and he just opens it up and it's Campbell's and he's like I'm about to rock your whole fucking world. Before that, Vietnamese place is only serving banh mi. He shows up and he's just like, and they're just like, "Whoa, hold on, this is." I think you're onto something here.
Someone from Vietnam came to America and they're like, "I don't know how to make it in this country. It's so hard. Everything is so expensive." And then they walk down the soup aisle and they're like,
"Hold the phone. I'm not seeing a lot of spicy options here.
not a lot of
brisket. Not a lot of brisket in here." I'm noticing some key gaps with spicy, brisket, and bean sprout. I think I can monopolize. On this. I'm gonna thrive. I'm gonna thrive here.
It's like my grandfather's Chinese restaurant in Queens. It got shut down because they kept raccoons in the basement and they used the raccoon meat as like General Tso's. And
can you just go back 5 minutes? What the fuck did you just say? Your grandfather's Chinese restaurant?
Where I'm from in Maspeth, Queens. Our local.
Your grandfather owned a Chinese restaurant?
No, it's like the one he goes to. The one he goes to.
The way it sounded, I was like, there's no way. There's no way that anybody would allow that.
No, it's the spot we go to in Queens.
Okay.
They kept raccoons in their basement trapped, and then they killed the raccoons and used it as meat for General Tso's, spare ribs, whatever.
Is chicken that expensive?
Listen, any way you could cut costs, man.
That's so
the thing
insane.
Is, they closed down.
Yeah.
A few months later, opened back up. Grandfather ordered from there that night. Because we don't care.
Yeah. I mean, when you boil it down, when you boil down the raccoon.
You are from Pennsylvania. You do know how to eat raccoon.
I'm sure. I've eaten raccoon. I have no comfort.
It's just natural when you. It's like Patrick on a hike. He's like, no, I got this.
Yeah.
I can prepare a raccoon.
I got this one. My bloodline is like, oh, we eat raccoon. somewhere down the line we got used to it. I'm sure I've had some mystery meats. Like now when I have like sesame chicken, or General Tso's, I'll like bite into it and I'll look at it, which is the biggest mistake.
Nope.
There's 2 things you never look at. You never look at General Tso's chicken after you've bitten into it.
Yes.
Or pigeon feet.
Oh.
You just never, not in a food sense, but it's just it tells you're gonna read a novel looking at a pigeon's foot, because it's just the way that certain toes are missing and the way that certain like things are like attached to them. You're like, there's a whole story in just down. Every time I look at it, I go, this is a sad story.
Are you implying that you want to write a screenplay about a pigeon's journey?
A pigeon's journey in New York, but just from the waist down. Just from the little.
Opposite. So it's very similar to Sex and the City.
Yeah,
it's basically the same show.
Yeah, Sex and the City. Yeah. And it's just a pigeon typing out on a computer.
Just drinking fancy drinks.
Yeah. Wait. It was then I wondered, were the breadcrumbs eating me? I don't know. I tried to Sex and the City.
Yeah, you tried it.
Yeah. I tried it. Cut that.
Yeah, that's why it is. I'm gonna keep it in.
So yeah, Campbell's and sriracha is pho. That was my takeaway.
That was it.
Please don't cancel me. You know, I mean well. If I'm being totally honest, Taco Mahal, run by an Indian family.
So they're appropriating Mexican culture.
Yeah, take it up with Taco Mahal, okay? I just thought it was a great idea.
What a stupid fucking idea for a restaurant.
I think it's brilliant. As somebody who has only been eating Indian food for like 9 months?
Like 2 years.
2 years. Okay. You're a little new to the game.
Yeah, listen, I've never had a type of cuisine where I was like, you know what the problem with this is? It's not incorporating another type of cuisine. People aren't eating Indian food not because they don't like the way it's given to them.
Now, hear me out here. If you told me 3 years ago, because I think they're a relatively new business, you should all eat at this place. It's very good.
First of all, no way it's surviving.
Yeah,
this.
that's true.
No fucking shot.
Listen, Taco Mahal, if you're watching this, I really hope everything's okay.
No, think of a better fucking business plan, you idiots.
I will. Taco Mahal, listen, this is just you and me talking now. You don't have a great name for your business. It could be a lot better. It sounds like you were opening in 5 minutes, and the last thing that you had to do was name your business, and you're just like, I don't know, what do we do? Tacos, and it's Indian food. Taco Mahal. Okay, all right. I don't know. Somebody paint it on the floor. Paint it on. Draw it on the menus.
But don't hire Taylor.
Yeah, don't. Yeah. We need a graphic designer, but don't hire Taylor. But if you told me I could get Indian food as like a sandwich or like, you know, a handheld form, and I didn't have to eat so much fucking Indian food because, you know, I'm a compulsive eater and I'll just eat everything that's in front of me, I would go, yeah, hell yeah. And you're going to put it on naan? That's what it was. It's not like they took like hard shell tacos. It was like they just wrapped naan up in the food.
I mean, they are going to my favorite business plan, take advantage of white people who will never question how you deliver your food.
Yeah.
It's just brilliant. It's a brilliant idea.
If anything, it was closer to a gyro than it is to a taco.
Right. But
Gyro Mahal.
White people aren't going to walk in there and be like, oh, so you're doing it in a taco.
Yeah.
No, thanks. Even if they hate it, they'll say, it's amazing.
Yeah. Can I take a photo of it?
Yeah. I love it. I'll never eat here again. You have an awful name, but I love it.
Horrible name. Horrible name for a business. To me, great idea. Anything where somebody goes, you know that thing that you hurt yourself eating every single time you have it? What if I just give you a fourth of that and charge you almost the same amount? And I go, great. Take my money.
All right. So what's the number one complaint people have with Indian food? It makes you shit. That's right.
Yeah.
It is. Okay. Yeah. Now, what if we took Indian food and combined it with the other type of food that makes you shit?
It's double jeopardy.
And people... someone's head in the break room just exploded.
Yeah. They're right next door to the TLC marketing meeting, and they're just like, okay, all right. So sorry, so this is a double shit sandwich? And they're like, yes.
We like to call it Taco Mahal.
Yeah, we like to call it Taco Mahal. And how spicy would you like it? That's.
I'm surprised like an executive of Pfizer didn't go there and they took one bite and they were like, who owns this place? We'd like to pay you $1 billion. You solved constipation. Brilliant.
I'm picturing a giant pill container, and you open it up, and it's a Taco Mahal taco.
The owner of Taco Mahal, he's not a chef. It's a guy with a PhD in biomedical engineering.
Yeah, it looks like an elaborate. It looks like a meth lab in the back, but for producing
in test tubes and shit, which you would think an Indian kitchen just looks like. No, not at all. It's that they're actually geniuses, and they solved constipation.
Yeah, exactly. They've got like a industrial like burner going, and that's how they make all their naan and everything. And it's okay. It's great. And they just roll it up, and then Rich comes by and he's like, "It's stupid. I hate this place. It's different from what I understand, so I hate it." That's you. I'm doing you.
Yeah, I like if people did Italian food and Mexican, they'd call them racist. But Indians do it more than fine. Keep it going. Love it. Yeah. No, love it. Keep it. Sure.
Yeah, double down. I will not be giving them any examples of how to double down, but I think you can piece it together.
You can do it. You can do it yourself. You can figure it out.
David Duke got kicked off of Twitter. Did he actually? I didn't.
So
read anything
David Duke got kicked off Twitter, which is anyone safe at this point, Taylor? David Duke, the former
I already don't like
leader of the KKK, kicked off Twitter.
Yeah.
So
there's no hope for any of us.
Just no hope for anyone.
Oh, unbelievable.
They kicked him off for. I have it up here.
Okay. Oh, you got it bookmarked?
Yeah. So I'm ready. I was ready for this.
Yeah, things that make me angry is the tab that you put it under.
Yeah. So first off, David Duke, he's been on Twitter since September 2009, and he just got kicked off.
He got in early.
Which one thing
I'm picturing him making the jump from MySpace into Twitter. He's like, listen, my top 8. It's just all the biggest races of the before 2010s, and he's just like, you know what? Listen, this is an oversaturated market. I'm gonna jump into something new, getting into Twitter. Okay,
right.
Shut down his Zanga, shut down his MySpace, and he was just a Twitter guy from here on out. You know, his hate speech was directed through the 140 characters or less.
Right. One thing, say what you want about David Duke.
I would love to say a lot
stances.
of angry things about. Yeah. Okay.
Say what you want. You can't say he didn't know a good business opportunity when he saw one, and he jumped on Twitter early
to monopolize on hate speech.
Okay. Correct.
Yeah, sure.
So I'll
give you that.
So he's been on there for 11 years, almost 11 years. Yeah. He would have been on Twitter.
What was the tweet that actually got him? Because that's what I'm most curious.
That I can't find, but Twitter.
How is it? Oh, okay, it must just be too horrible. I mean, it feels like they got him on the. It's like the.
I can't find any examples of tweets he had.
It's the Al Capone thing. Like Al Capone was like out murdering people, but they got him on tax evasion. So I imagine they just got him on like a technicality.
Right. Well, yeah.
He retweeted too many hateful things, and they're like, all right, you're out of here.
The exact reason is he got kicked off for, and quote, repeated violations of the Twitter rules on hateful conduct.
Yeah, because after 10 years,
right,
they were like, now one more year of this, David, and we're gonna have to kick you off.
Yeah, let me ask you something. When the leader of the most hateful group in the world joins your platform, what do you think he's going to talk about?
Yeah.
What do you think the opinions he's going to share?
Well,
did he join?
He's going to live tweet Lost episodes.
Right.
The finale.
That's like...
David Duke was unimpressed by the finale of Lost.
right. Fucking Jack's going through everyone that uses Twitter, and he goes, David Duke... Oh, maybe he'll tweet about the Yankees. That's what he'll use this as. Yep. And listen, David Duke, you should have incorporated more things into your tweets, all right? You could do hate speech and also comment on other things.
Yeah.
You could be like, the Mexicans are stealing the jobs from the rightful white people of the U.S.
Yeah.
But you know what job they can take? Aaron Boone's. The guy doesn't know how to manage a bullpen. Tweet. That's a tweet, David Duke, because then it would have been like, it's tough, it's hateful.
I don't believe in interracial... All right, David Duke, I don't believe in interracial couples, but I did see a couple on Dancing with the Stars, and I think they did a really good job.
Right.
The one exception I saw Dancing with the Stars. I'm really hoping that they take that they're not out this week. Okay, I think they did a really great job. I wish I knew more about Dancing with the Stars because I feel like that could have been just like a bombshell of a bit.
I'm always a fan of when the black guy dies first in the movie, and Get Out was no exception. 10 out of 10.
Well, no.
Like it gets reported for spoilers. They're like, ah! You get suspended. So like it was hateful, but you really also spoiled Get Out for people.
Yeah, my two favorite parts of The Sixth Sense. Bruce Willis was a ghost the whole time, and there were almost no black people in the movie. That's how they got him. They're just like, listen, man, say as many hateful things as you want on this platform, but you got to stop ruining shows and movies for people, okay?
Well, so I'm looking up, like, I'm trying to find tweets from him, and I come up across this article from Verge about him being kicked off. Okay. And it goes about why he got kicked off, and it says his criminal history includes serving 15 months in federal prison in 2002 for felony mail and tax fraud charges.
Boy.
Imagine being like, so this guy got kicked off Twitter for being the biggest racist in the world.
Yeah.
I'm not completely against him. What other things has this guy done? And
in case you need another reason to hate the leader of the Ku Klux Klan, he doesn't pay his taxes correctly.
He also forgot to send in his W-2 in 2002. So if you didn't hate him for killing black people,
his W-2 saying leader of the Ku Klux Klan.
Occupation?
Yeah,
leader.
I have a feeling whoever is checking that mail in the IRS is just ripping up his information as soon as it comes up. He's like, listen, this is my small victory. Fuck you, David Duke. We are it's mail fraud. We didn't get it. We didn't get your taxes.
It put occupation, Grand Wizard. And the guy who got it at the IRS saw the name, saw the occupation, and said, "Oh, David, I know who you are.
Yeah.
We are going to save you from any taxes you will have to pay. Yeah. Keep on going, Grand Wizard. We support you."
Yeah. Spiteful human being could have been his occupation, and everybody would have been like, "Oh, David Duke. Okay, yeah."
So now he's kicked off Twitter. I'll be honest with you. I'm very excited to see his TikToks.
Yep, bingo.
I'm very excited to see his TikToks.
It's the dances.
But it's the dances.
And then it's just horrible theories about white supremacy, and it's just those are the bubbles that pop up. He's doing like the point, and then
he alters the lyrics to the songs that he's dancing to. It's just like, Jews are savage. Classy, bougie. No. And he really gets the hip hopping. It's just like the Holocaust is fake around him. He's like, Jews are savage, fake, classy.
Never happened.
Auschwitz wasn't real.
Oh my god. Oh, what a nightmare. What a nightmare. But 15-year-olds would be like, "Oh my god. Great bits." I love his dance bits. He's just an old man dancing. Like,
he's good. Wait, he's also really good.
Yeah, he's also amazing.
He's like a really good dancer.
He really is connecting with the 15-year-old audience.
Maybe that's why, like, when he was younger, like, he was like, "I'm a great dancer," but all the black kids got credit for being cool dancer. He's like, "I'm gonna burn crosses? Yeah. That's what my brain's telling me, and that's what I'm gonna do."
Okay, so David Duke off Twitter, probably moving to TikTok. Will be probably just as popular as Papa John on TikTok. Have you seen Papa John's TikTok?
Is he on TikTok?
He's on TikTok.
Really?
It is bizarre. It is very strange. It's like the perfect example of a guy who has overestimated what his popularity is. Like, he'll just put stuff up and be like, "Hey, you guys want to see what my mansion looks like?" And then, like, he'll do like a walkthrough of his mansion. He's got like this giant wood carving of an eagle fighting another eagle.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. And this thing is 20 feet tall right as you walk through his door. Now, if they were fighting over a slice of pizza, I would go, hell yeah, Papa John. That's the coolest fucking sculpture. That's a guy who's at least like, I know where my money came from, and this is my empire.
Right.
But it's just like a dude who's just like so detached from everything that he's like, I want to. And apparently, it rotates.
Of course.
It's a giant wood sculpture of two eagles fighting each other, and throughout the day, it rotates and revolves because that's what a sculpture needs. It's everybody's looking at a sculpture that's like, I want to be able to see this, but I don't want to have to walk. I want to see the full 360 of this. I don't want to walk anywhere.
Well, he went to his interior designer and he's like, all right, I have an idea. I'm between two ideas. I have an idea of it's a wooden sculpture of two eagles fighting each other.
Yes.
It's that, and I'm also thinking maybe a mural of me killing Shaq.
Yeah.
So it's one or the. Which one do you think's a better idea?
Yeah, and and the sculpture was like, I don't know, man. I work at the Wawa. How do you want your sandwich? Do you want this toasted or not?
Papa John still walks into his local Papa John's and uses it as like a venting platform.
Yes. And he's like, Papa's here. And they're like, oh, fuck.
Mr. John.
And he's just ranting about everything, walking around the store and eating those little poblano peppers that nobody eats on the set.
That's why he sweats so much.
Yeah, he's just so sweaty. He just walks in, cracks open a fresh jar, and he's just, all right, so it's two eagles fighting each other, and there's a giant statue, and then throughout the day, it spins. The reckoning's coming. I ate 40 pizzas in 30 days.
I was going to say, did he ever do that? That was the last time I've heard of him.
Did he ever have the reckoning?
Did he do the 40 pizzas in 40 days?
No. In the interview, he said he had already done it.
Wow.
That was his statement of fact in the interview. He was saying, I've tried, I believe, if I'm understanding.
Not to misquote Papa John.
Not to misquote Papa, but if my understanding was his 40 pizzas in 30 days was he had a bunch of competitors' pizzas to basically say they're all shit compared to my pizza. My pizza's fucking great, and I can prove it. I had 40 pizzas in 30 days, and the competition is not good.
He's like, I've had every pizza in the U.S.
Yeah, that's kind of what he was saying, and he was like, "There's a reckoning coming." And
he said there's a reckoning coming.
He said in his interview where he was all hot and sweaty, like he ate a whole jar of peppers. There's a reckoning coming.
I'm announcing it right now. The Happy Hour podcast is a pro Papa John's podcast.
We're pro Papa?
We are pro Papa.
We're pro bizarre reckoning?
Yes. Any guy who's this wild, I'm in.
Yeah, but he was also kicked out for racial slurs.
Right. We don't approve of that.
So what? So wait, hold on.
I'm not telling him. I don't want him to be the CEO of this podcast.
Kind of sounded like you wanted him to be the CEO of this podcast.
No, I don't think he makes the best business decisions. But will he come in here and open the door and be like, you know what I've done this week? I ate a meerkat. And we were like, Papa John, sit down.
So you're pro exploiting the insanity of Papa. You're not pro any actual decisions that he's making, and we're against his racial slurs.
I'm pro all decisions that are absolutely ludicrous.
Yeah, okay. We're pro this insane person continuing to spiral out in public while we get to watch. You were this close to having me acknowledge and be on board with what you're saying, but I can't. I'm not on.
That's good, because you're not on the board of the Happy Hour.
Yeah.
Right now, the board is me.
I'm the Wawa employee of the Wawa Corporation, and you're the CEO? Is that what I'm hearing?
You mean the Papa John?
Yeah, but I'm just giving an example of who I would be in the company.
Yeah.
I work at the Wawa, and you are the CEO.
Yeah, that's all you are.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You're like I'm going to give you a promotion, regional manager.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Regional manager of the Happy Hour?
Yeah.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah. You only control the FIDI area, the FIDI distribution.
Yeah. I get to control when I can drink my energy drink before we start.
That's right. Yeah, you get to choose which type of energy drink you want. And I won't even get you that fucking type. You asked me for a sugar-free, and I got you a zero sugar.
I knew that there were sugar-frees out there, and you chose not to get them.
Right.
I knew.
You're not that high up, Taylor. Work harder. What do you want? That's the problem with millennials. You just want handouts.
I want a handout.
You want a handout.
Yeah, I'm looking for a handout because I need to get. I'm working my way to upper management of the Happy Hour.
How much do you love this company? How much do you love the Happy Hour? Because right now, not enough.
This is the moment before you're like, I need you to work 12 hours. I need you to do a 12-hour shift, and I will only be paying you for 9 of those.
Yeah, you're damn right. You know your performance review's coming up, and let me tell you, it's not looking great. All right, you complained about that I didn't get you a sugar-free Red Bull, and you also weren't here last weekend, so you missed work. So what else do you want me to tell you? You want me to tell you you're doing well?
Yeah. Yes. Can you tell me I'm doing a good job at this?
I can't.
Damn it.
I wish I could. And unfortunately, I don't want Papa John to move up higher than you in this company, but it might happen.
Papa's. We're going to start franchising the Happy Hour.
Yeah, we're going to start franchising it out.
Every town in the U.S. is going to have a Happy Hour.
There's 14 of them in Chinatown. It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, you're gonna franchise a podcast. I don't. You know what? Papa can make it work.
There's so many wild things about Chinatown. There's so many wild things about Chinatown. The most wildest thing about that area is that they have a Papa John's there, and it sells pieces by the slice. Who is walking around Chinatown and said, "I have a hankering for a slice of Papa John's"? Just one.
Yeah. If you
just one,
I think that should be at more pizza places. I think that's very smart because if I'm walking, if I knew that Papa John's in the city did an actual single slice, I think I would get Papa John's more. Actually, I think that's a thing. I feel like there's a place in Bushwick, the Papa John's in Bushwick, that does the same thing.
Let me tell you something. That's not a lot about you.
You didn't do your research on this one.
I don't have to do research to know you're a trash fuck if you're buying Papa John's by the slice.
Listen.
Where is your life? I've seen homeless people go to regular places and get a slice for $3.50.
All that I'm saying is occasionally one slice of Papa John's tastes pretty good.
That's because you're a Pennsylvania bumpkin fuck.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why you say that, all right? That's like my college roommate from upstate New York saying his favorite restaurant is Little Caesars. His favorite restaurant. He called it a restaurant.
Yeah.
Little Caesars. They don't even cook their food. You walk in, you go, "Can I have a pizza?" And they throw it at your fucking face.
Well, don't they have sit-down dining?
Little Caesars?
Yeah.
I don't think they do.
It's not like Pizza Hut?
No, not like Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut is sit-down dining.
All right, well then it's
Little Caesars. It's legitimately a counter, basically at the door. There's like not even walking space, and they're like, "You want a pizza?" And you're like, "Yeah!" And they throw it at you like a frisbee.
They turn on a machine that's like a snowblower at like ski resorts where it just shoots.
It just shoots
pizza. Slices, and you're just like, you just catch as much pizza until you get blown out of the restaurant.
Right.
The restaurant, yeah, the formal sit-down dining restaurant. Little Caesars.
The only time Little Caesars could be your favorite restaurant is if you were raised by wolves. That's the only time. And you're like, I don't fundamentally understand what a restaurant is.
That should be a thing that these companies do where they like as we open up more, they should take these businesses that have completely closed down and will never reopen but have like really nice interior spaces and then do like pop-ups where it's like formal like 5-star dining. But you get Little Caesars.
I don't know, man. I don't think that's Little Caesars' business plan. I think Little Caesars is for, all those kids that were abducted? All these kids that are abducted and they come out 20 years later and they don't really know how to work in society.
Yeah.
Let's give them a hot and ready pizza. Let's give them pizza immediately. Because one thing I've thought when I've been trapped by a sexual assaulter for 20 years, I could go for a hot and ready pizza.
So you're saying that the target demographic for Little Caesars is kidnapping survivors?
For an extended period of time. People that were kidnapped for 2 years over. Or from a certain age. So if you've been kidnapped for 2 years older, or you were abducted from the age of 4 and lower.
Okay.
You can go to Little Caesars. That could be your favorite restaurant.
Listen, I want to refute your point, but I've never been to a Little Caesars, so I don't know if that's actually the case.
It's pretty good.
Is that pretty accurate?
It's pretty accurate. It's pretty accurate.
Okay, so David Duke's off Twitter. We've got...
Do you have anything else here?
Do we have anything else? I guess not. Oh, I forgot it's Tuesday. Shit.
Is that important?
Yeah, I'm supposed to do a family video call in like 2 minutes.
Put them on. Put them on.
Zoom them into the happy hour. It's a Zoom call. I don't have it set up.
Have the Schmidt family call into the happy hour.
Yeah, and we can talk about.
We'll ask them if they've ever been abducted.
Yeah. Well, I think I could answer that question.
You think?
Yeah.
Has anyone in your family ever eaten at Little Caesars?
No.
They're okay.
They're doing okay.
Yeah, no one's ever abused them.
Little Caesars is never going to sponsor this podcast now. All right?
They don't have the money.
Listen, this is bad for business. This is bad for business. Listen, Papa John's, racist piece of shit. Little Caesars, I don't know. Probably edible pizza.
Not really. Not at all. Some would say, I don't even know if this is pizza.
You know what? As somebody who will definitely eat a frozen pizza from the supermarket, I have very incredibly low standards about what kind of pizza I will eat.
Let me ask you something.
Yes.
Pizza from the freezer.
Yeah.
Good or bad?
Good.
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 If I locked you in a closet for 7 years, would you think that's better tasting pizza?
Then what? Being locked in a closet?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Little Caesars. At least you're not in that closet.
Oh, God.
And I think that's the episode.
Yeah, that's where we're closing out on. Okay. All right.
So next week we will have Ashley Gavin on the podcast next week.
Yeah.
And then after that, we will be joined by Papa John.
Yeah. Who's promised the reckoning? He's promised the actual reckoning on this. He said he would do it, and I heard he is on track to eat 50 pizzas in 30 days. He's just that's his thing. He's doing like a supersize me for himself.
Yeah. Think about all the places Little Caesars is like big.
Are you?
It's all these bumfuck places.
I feel like there's a way to flip this into a potential positive of maybe the FBI should be checking an 8-mile radius around every Little Caesars.
No, because they don't live 8 miles around the Little Caesars. You can't do that. They go to the Little Caesars, but they don't live 8 miles from
the people who are currently kidnapped.
No.
Okay. All right.
These people live on the outskirts, Taylor. Have you never read or seen a Captured story?
No, I don't know what that is. I've seen Room. I can't picture Brie Larson eating a Little Caesars.
Of course not, because she's keto. Of course she wouldn't be eating Little Caesars. Even if she's been locked in a room for 10 years, she's keto.
Is that true? Is she really keto?
I assume. Everyone in Hollywood is.
Everybody doing Marvel movies is
right. She's
keto.
Fucking Captain Marvel.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now I know.
All right. Team, it's been a slice. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.